because we're talking about supplements, we have to talk about some performance-related things.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm getting worse at my transitions. They're getting worse.
Oh, wait, was that let me hear I didn't know that was a transition.
Speaking of supplements and 1% performance, why are the CrossFit Games so boring?
Yeah, that was a bad transition. It's okay. It's okay.
People are just here for the video.
Yeah.
To all of our podcast listeners.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like this topic. Why are the CrossFit Games so boring? Well, first of all, do you think the CrossFit Games are boring?
Okay, so I hate Dave Castro. I'm going to say it.
I know that like my reflex is to hate him. So I think I overcompensate and try to give him the benefit of the doubt in some things. But yeah, it's tough sometimes with him, right?
It's just his professionalism that I don't like. I like the programming of the games are fun to watch event to event, but I just don't like the way that he is in charge of basically $100 million event. And it seems like it's just a backyard competition with a guy who just does whatever he feels like doing whenever he feels like it.
Yeah, I can see that. I agree.
He does program some cool workouts.
Some of them are, and then some of them I think are dumb, honestly. Like, trying to think, cyclocross, I thought that was so dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was so dumb. Like, I get it, like, if that's your sport and that's what you do, but you might as well have had them play, like, pickup basketball or something.
Yeah, and maybe that's coming.
Just play a different sport altogether, and that's the event. You know what I mean?
Yep. So how many times has Matt Frazier won in a row?
5, right?
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, he's 5. And how many times has Tia won?
3 or 4.
I think she is 4.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think she was one behind you. I think you're right.
So regardless, you have this like we'll call Tia's span 4 years. The same 2 people winning first place over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So is it fun to watch, like, when Lance was just winning the events over and over and over, was it still fun to watch the Tour de France?
I don't fucking know. I didn't watch that.
Okay, that sport is super boring. Anyway, just people riding bikes close together.
7 days.
It's cool, and it's a cool display of athleticism, but it's not fun to watch the same person win over and over
Not
again.
spectator friendly, yeah.
No, it's not. You can't even spectate it. You can't.
Yeah.
It's not possible. You have to go on TV. Or you stand there and you're like, yeah! Okay, now they're all gone.
I always wonder about that. Exact thing. When you see, like, typically it's with like you said, a bike race or a marathon or something, and like you see people like they're halfway through the marathon, but yet people are cheering for them. It's like, you guys just went to like watch the middle of the race. Like, that's all you're going to see?
So I worked the Pittsburgh Marathon for a couple years, and that is exactly what happened.
But like, I would get it if you were just at the finish line.
I was in mile 17. Like, we were just in the middle.
I was just watching, like,
people were just gathered, just like, yay! There were volunteer cheerers, and they registered as volunteer cheer squad.
Interesting.
And every time a big group would come, they'd ring a bell, and it was strange.
But anyways, back to the CrossFit Games. So I think you could argue the CrossFit Games are not very spectator friendly either. I think they've gotten better with how they program certain things and set them up to make them a little more spectater friendly.
There's still some ideas from Grid League.
Yeah, exactly. Like having stations where the barbell progresses so you can visually see who's in the lead.
Yeah.
I think that helps. That type of stuff helps. But I think also just the nature of, like, I'll watch football and I don't play football. I'll watch basketball and I don't play basketball. But in order to watch CrossFit, you have to do CrossFit in order to watch it, because otherwise you don't really understand what's going on. You don't really understand, like, oh, I guess I guess 200 pounds for 21 reps is a lot. I don't know.
I would say that if you're in a barbell strength sport, you get it.
Yeah, yeah. If you do any sort of, you have to do something similar though. Yeah.
Powerlifting, strongman, ollie lifting, just deadlifting because it's fun. So you have like a point of reference.
But yeah, you need that point of reference is my point. Like, whereas I think with something like strongman, you have people who don't work out who might still be captivated by the idea of strongman because they're lifting cars and
Yeah,
like refrigerators and stuff. It's like, oh well, that I get that.
right. It's
But a
tangible.
barbell, you're like, I don't know what 200 pounds on a bar means if you don't work out. You know what I mean?
So it's pretty much watching a guy, like in basketball, the parallel would be watching a guy take shots from different places in the court, uncontested, but whoever makes the most shots from the most places, the fastest wins.
Mm.
Like, you ever play around the world in basketball?
Yeah, yeah,
So, like, just have two people, one person on either side of the court. They just shoot, and whoever finishes first wins.
yeah,
And then there's a tiebreaker of accuracy percentages or something like that.
yeah.
And that's not fun to watch either.
It could be. I will say, I want to go back to the CrossFit Games in a second, but you've mentioned around the world, and I just saw this video. Hilarious. Michael Jordan, and in the video, he's obviously already retired. It could have been maybe 5 years ago or something. And he's at this basketball camp, and there's 100 kids, like middle school age, maybe high school age kids at this basketball camp. And the guy who's running it calls Michael Jordan over and says he's going to play around the world. He's going to do a thing of around the world. And if he misses a shot, all the kids, every single one, gets a free pair of Jordans. And so Jordan looks at him and he just shrugs his shoulders, goes, okay, drains every single shot like a savage.
He doesn't give a fuck about those kids.
No, just like a savage, just drained them all.
Man, you're supposed to have bricked the last one on purpose. Like, that's what you're supposed to do.
No, you're supposed to drain them all and then give them shoes anyway. I don't know if he did.
Yeah.
I don't know if he did give them shoes anyway. Probably not, because that wasn't what was agreed on. but,
Fuck you guys.
but I just thought it was savage that he was just like, all right, and just drained them all.
He's in jeans and just like chilling. Oh, so cool.